Hello everybody, today we have the last group game in the Europa League. We've already qualified and we get a bye in the first knockout round, so through to the second knockout round of the Europa League. Plus, there's a little bit of daylight at the top of the table. Welcome. Hello and welcome to episode 45 of Making Tottenham Hotspur's Game. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have two games for you. First of all, against FK Sarajevo in the Europa Group G, Europa League Group G that is, and against Crystal Palace in the Carabao quarter-final. It's a cup special, and as you'll see from here, we've got West Brom sandwiched in between. We'll be playing them offline in the Premier League, so literally just the two cup games today. Since you were last with us, we have played, last time out, Young Boys and Bournemouth. We have played Brentford and beat them 5-1. 2 goals from Koeman, Minson, Sewell and Sanchez, the scorers in that one. And we've managed to get a 1-1 draw with Chelsea. They scored after 70 minutes, but Lucas Moura levelling it up after 77. It was a very tightly fought match. If we have a quick look at the stats on that one, Chelsea had 14 shots. It wasn't tightly fought at all. I was lying. 14 shots, 5 on target. So they were thereabouts my 50% ratio, 59% possession. As you'll see, we had an off day really, and I think should be more than grateful that we came away with a 1-1 draw. I think it was only for the fact that Lukaku got injured in the 31st minute, which put a dent in their attack somewhat. As they were fairly reliant on him. But we always seem to have a problem against a 4 with a deep line midfielder and then 4 in midfield. We seem to struggle against those. I don't know whether it's just our formation doesn't combat their formation. Maybe something we need to look at, maybe a counter tactic where a team plays that, whether there's something. But maybe now's not the time, I don't know. But see if there's something we can do with dropping so that we've got 3 across midfield or something like that gives us a little bit more impetus from depth, because effectively that's what that is, a 3 across defence, albeit one of them's playing in defensive mode. So it's just something we need to have a look at, I think, or even something that we can play one of these players, the Mazzala role, as more of a deep lying playmaker in defence mode, and this player here more as an attacking midfielder on support, something like that. So we play more defensive against this type of attack. We'll see. Anyway, there's something for me to work on and have a look at. But yeah, so all in all, not bad. We haven't lost. That's the main thing. The only loss still is that game, that rogue game against Leicester, we have no explanation for whatsoever. Quick look at the Premier League then, and as you will see, it's as it currently stands. In fact, before we do that, I have a little bit of other news for you. That's today's fixtures. Manchester City starting to Manchester City starting to pick up a bit of momentum now. 4 goals from Erling Haaland in this 4-1 win against Crystal Palace. The team that we face in the second game of this episode. That wasn't one looking, but Bournemouth, excuse me, Bournemouth did us a favour, actually. Manchester United, they did have a game in hand. This was their game in hand, which they lost, which meant that we were clear on top. But then they seem to have somehow or other contrived another game in hand. I'm not quite sure how that's worked out, but anyway, so even if they win that game in the hand, there still will be a point behind us. They can't catch us at the moment. And it is really, at the moment, it's running very much like the top 3, 4. Southampton dropped a little bit now. Actually, if we look at the table properly on here, we'll be able to see the form. So as you see, Southampton gone off a little bit. They've only won 1 in the last 5, lost 1 and drawn 3. Everton have won their last 4 straight, as have Arsenal. Manchester United losing that last one against Bournemouth, and we have won 4 of our last 5, drawing that last one against Chelsea. So Manchester United and ourselves pretty much are the form teams, albeit these are showing up a bit now. The other team that's coming on strong at the moment is Liverpool. They seem to have been having a bit of a run. Manchester City now having won their last 2 games as well. So it's going to be a right mix at that top. Everybody trying to pick up points and doing so in such a way. But Chelsea have drawn a lot. But as you'll see, they've only lost 1 game, a game against Liverpool, 2-1 loss in that one. Right, so that's the Premier League for you. Let's have a quick look at the Europa Group League. And I did say at the last episode, I wasn't too sure whether there was a benefit from finishing top of the group. There is a benefit because what we do is we actually get a bye in the first knockout round. So what happens is all the second teams go through. They will then meet teams that have basically been ejected from, I think, finished 3rd in the Champions League. They will play those, and then that will sort out, and then all the other teams that are finished first in the group then come in against the teams that are left out of that, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's how it works. As you can see, we've had 5 straight wins, 26 goals for, 3 against. They were 3 goals against Young Boys, actually. A goal difference of 23. Young Boys are still not certain of getting that second automatic qualification. Rapid Vienna still have a chance. They need to beat Young Boys himself today, and they need to turn that -4 goal difference around. So they need to beat them probably by about 2 goals, I'm reckoning. 2 goals would probably turn it around. I'm not sure. That's what they need to do. They need to win anyway. Rapid Vienna. So we'll keep one eye on that result as it happens. Last time out against Sarajevo, we beat them 11-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I'm not expecting the same result today, though, because they are at their place. And if you look at the results at their place, I know they lost to Rapid Vienna 3-0, lost to Young Boys 5-1. Got that in the wrong mode then. And yeah, that's the two home games so far, isn't it? Anyway, that's immaterial to what's going to happen. We finished qualified as sort of like group winners, so that's all we need to worry about. It does mean, if we have a look at the schedule, which I did mean to, there's a draw for the first knockout round will be out on Monday next week. We might not see that. Then obviously there's a month in between. The first knockout round, first leg, is played on the 22nd of February, with the return game the following week. The draw for the second knockout round, which is what we're interested in, will be out on Friday, the 1st of March, I think that is. Friday, 1st of March, there you go. And the second knockout rounds then are on the 14th and 21st of March. So that's what we need to be looking at. And then you get the quarterfinal and semi-final draw the day after the first leg, before it's decided who's got out of those knockout matches. So we're talking about games down here, really. Let's go back a stage. 14th and 21st of March, we said, didn't we? 14th of March is midweek here, and in between either side of the Chelsea game, basically, in about here. So that's where we will end up looking when we get down there, a couple of episodes time. Anyway, enough of my chitter chatter. Let's get on with the episode, because this could be a long game, especially if we score lots and lots of goals and get lots and lots of highlights. Let's go through to the game then, and the team that is going to face FK Sarajevo. And this is the team that will face FK Sarajevo. The only thing I'm not too sure about is whether these yellow cards hold over So, for instance, if Hodgberg and Dele Alli pick up yellow cards today, does that mean that they will actually get a ban in the second knockout round? I don't know whether they carry over or whether they get expunged at the end of today. I'm not sure. Maybe if they don't accumulate another one, they get expunged, so it doesn't ride over into the next game. Right, the team that will face Sarajevo is Castiles in goal, Hernandez, Romero, Sewell and Emerson Royal. Dembele and Holzberg in midfield. They are starting to reacquaint themselves in midfield. There's Son, Ali and Koeman are attacking midfield. Kane up front, Latula, Sanchez, Mihail, Abraham, Tanganga, Lucas Moura and Silva are all on the bench for this one. Let's see how we do. And you come and join us. Obviously, this is on telly. One thing that we did change was the bench. We brought in Lo Celso onto the bench for Tanganga, mainly because I realised that we didn't have a central midfield player to drop in there if we need to. He is very tired. We don't want to play him unless we absolutely have to. We do have some options, though. Ali can drop down into midfield, and we could bring Silva in up front. So we will only use him in a very dire emergency. We are up and running then, and throw in on that far side. Dembele gets the ball forward, looking for Koeman. Koeman's in, and he's beat the goalkeeper, basically. 5 minutes in, I think that was his 11th goal of the season. And what a signing he has been. Worth every penny. Not very many in. They're dotted about, as you can see. He rounded the goalkeeper. Very tight angle, but he is a bit of a class act. They have a throw in deep inside their area. I think that's Kane marking the way back to the goalkeeper. Koeman picks it up. Emerson Royal. Sewell. Romero. Dele Alli. Hodgberg. Kane. Koeman. He's gone out wide for Son. Too wide, I think. Back inside to Dembele. Number 2. And we've not got 8 minutes on the clock. This could be a long episode, boys and girls. Really could. I've just realised I'm on the wrong camera. Let's switch cameras. That's better. Doesn't look as if I'm not looking at you then. Do that. Yeah. I think I must have knocked the camera. Good idea to get these things sorted out before you start recording, Matt. 2 shots on target. 2 goals. Hernandez into the area looking for Dele Alli. Didn't find him. Well cut out by the defender. They've cleared the ball upfield. Nobody there. They're just sort of like, it's get rid of it, get rid of it. Hernandez, sort of like the mode if you're a goal in front, really. And back to the goalkeeper. Fires it upfield again. It's a case of just get rid of it. It's almost like panic stations. Koeman. Hodgberg. Finds Dembele. Is he on for a second? He's chipped the goalkeeper, but missed at the same time. Gone out for a corner, I'm guessing. Oh no, a free kick just inside the D. Kane with the free kick. Kane gets a goal. A rare goal at that. 11th of the season. I say it's rare. I mean, 11 goals isn't rare, is it? But he's not on the sort of form that he was, where he was literally, you could guarantee you get a goal out of Kane every single game. He's not achieving that so far this season, but this might do his confidence a bit of good if he can get a couple of goals under his belt today. 3-0 up then after, I don't know, 14 minutes, quarter of an hour. Bit of pulverisation. Emerson Royal. Let's cut that back. Oh no. Romero. Hernandez. Holzberg. Dembele. Goes out wide to Emerson Royal. Emerson Royal now will swing this in. Oh, and Son joining the party. He's coming in from the far side. 4-0 with 35 minutes gone. Son puts that away a plump. Long ball forward, nobody underneath it. Romero is. Son, Dembele looking for Kane. And goalkeeper came out. Dele Alli, 5-0 half-time score. Could be on for a beat the amount of goals we scored against them last time. At this rate, like I said, could be a long episode. Kane just waited for the cavalry, and Dele Alli gets onto the score sheet. Half time, and what can you say, really? Comprehensive at the moment. Everybody's green, everybody's doing well. Goals all over the place. 13 shots, 8 of which are on target. 2.21, 59% possession. I'll say no more. I'll go and have a cuppa with the boys and a pat on the back. They've made a couple of changes. I'm not even going to try and pronounce their names. So Sarajevo changing it up slightly, and we get the first highlight of this second half. One of many, possibly, a goal fest to be had. Hernandez to Dembele. Romero. Sewell moving the ball around nicely. Holzberg. Romero. Dele Alli. Dembele. Hernandez. Crossed it into the area. Nobody there to get a foot to it, but it was cleared, but only as far as Sewell. Defending very, very deep, as you see. Holzberg. Emerson Royal. Koeman. He's on for his second, and he gets his second. 12th goal of the season. And we're underway again. 52 minutes on the clock. And an unusual, a very rare, the word I was looking for, rare. It's a good word, isn't it? Rare attack by Sarajevo. Are they going to score a goal against Tottenham? Now that would go down for them. It could be. And they are. Well, they didn't do that before. And they've got themselves a goal. Mukovic, the scorer. And, yeah. Let's hope they're not going to score 7 now in very quick succession. Mukovic was well unmarked, and Castells didn't do a lot to try and save it. Romero underneath that one to Dele Alli. Koeman. Ali. Koeman goes out wide looking for Dembele, who I've realised at half-time is on attack mode, and I thought, shall I change it? No, I'm not going to bother. VAR is going to check this. Could be Allium has fouled Kane. I don't know if he pushed him in the back or what, but it's a penalty review, and it is a penalty. Koeman will step up as it's his hat-trick. He's put it away. Hat-trick man, Mr. Koeman. 13th of the season. He'll want to score another one to get rid of the 13 hoodoo. Well put away. Straight down the middle. Goalkeeper dived to his left, but in fact, if he stood still, you'd have caught that. Kane to Koeman, looking for his 14th. Hernandez did think about shooting, I think, but decided against it. He's got it into the box. It's pinging around in there, but they've managed to clear it, and they're on the counter now. Looking a bit more lively this second half. I'm not quite sure what they've done, but that was well tackled by Hernandez, putting it into touch. And that attack is thwarted. Holzberg deep. Ooh, Romero was there, but he couldn't get it down on target. Son. Sewell. Dembele. Back to Son. It's on through for Koeman. Oh, and goalkeeper this time is equal to it. And a corner will ensue. Son with the corner. Swings it in. Oof. Saul just wide of the far post. How many times have we seen Saul hit the target with those? Right. 70 minutes on the clock. We're going to make some early changes. Normally get through to about 75 minutes. Who are we going to bring off? I'm going to just change it around a little bit. Give everybody a bit of a rest. We're going to give Davinson Sanchez a bit of a chance at the back there. Who are we going to take off? We're going to take Christian Romero off as Davinson Sanchez. Give him a run out. Koeman's got his hat-trick, so I'm tempted to take Koeman off for Tammy Abraham. I think we just do those two changes for a minute and tempt Providence with any injuries. And both of them are uninterested, it says, despite the team talk. Not quite sure what that means. You brought me on, boss, but you didn't really need me. It was 7-1 up here. Maybe. Let's drop them a bit of praise. It's always good for the... And shall we make that final change? It looks like Hodgberg is tired. Well, in fact, Hodgberg and Dembele are tired in that midfield. Let's drop Dele Alli. Is he better as a... swap him back there. Right, we're going to take Hodgberg off. He seems to play the more games. As a winning midfielder. Or Masala. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Ali can play in either. Right. Hodgberg is going to be replaced by Andre Silva. That's the final change. And we will go with that. He's okay. He's motivated. 82 minutes gone. 7-1. Dembele. Try to flip that back through to hand. They didn't make it. Saul. Hodgberg still on the pitch at the moment. Abraham. Dele Alli. Kane. Through to Abraham. He's on. Did I not take Hodgberg off? I did. Oh, yes, before that, wasn't it? Final change there. 2 minutes of injury time to be played. Markovic, the scorer of the goal. Sanchez heads it down to Dele Alli. Abraham through to Son. He's got his second of the game. I think that could be offside, actually. The referee checking VAR. And I think it's been given, actually. I think he was on. 8-1 then. No, he was onside. Definitely onside when that ball was played through to him. And here's proof. There's the line. There's the defender. He was definitely lurking onside. Lovely move. And 8-1. Dele Alli to Abraham. The final touches of the game. Abraham through to Kane. Kane's going to get his second. And it's 9-1. 15th goal of the season for Kane. And, well, we've trounced Sarajevo again. Pretty much as we expected to. But 20 goals put past them in the two matches. To a reply of 1, or was it 2? Did we beat them 11-1 in the first match? It's all over, and 9-1 final score. 26-4, 14 again. 26 shots, 14 of them on target, so over the 50%. 4.82 xG and 58% possession against their 3-2, of which they scored 1 goal. A final look at the Group G table then, just to see how Young Boys have got on in their match against Rapid Vienna. Well, that probably wasn't a permutation that I'd actually worked with. Young Boys are drawing 2-2 with Rapid Vienna. And it being all square, they had a penalty a minute into injury time in the first half and then scored the equaliser 3 minutes into injury time in the second half to make it 2-2. So it does finish up. We're top of the table on 18 points, maximum points. Young Boys second with 10 points. Rapid Vienna third with 7 points. Sarajevo, no points. Right, without any more to do, because time is ticking on, let's get on with the second game of the episode. It's a Carabao Cup quarter-final against Crystal Palace, and we'll play West Brom off camera in between. And before we look at the team, ladies and gentlemen, the FM gods are in our favour, a bit like on our other series. Manchester United and Arsenal managed a draw. They were playing second and third, and I hadn't realised that fixture was up. But second and third were playing one another, and they cancelled one another out. A 1-1 draw, which means having beaten West Brom in a European hangover game, but we managed to scrape a 1-0 win. We have ended up 6 points clear of Manchester United in second place and 8 points clear of Arsenal in third place. We've played the same amount of games as Arsenal, albeit Liverpool have a game in hand, so if they win that game in hand, they will have 34. So it will actually be 7 points clear of them. But even if Manchester United win now, we do have 3 clear points on them because they will have 38 if they win their game in hand. And we have 41, which gives us that 3 points window or gap, if you like, that actually puts us in a reasonably good position now. So that is really good. Other games being played today. Manchester United playing that game in hand against Leicester. So let's see if Leicester can do us a favour. Southampton dropping down the table a little bit, but Liverpool coming on a bit of a run right now. They've got themselves up into the Champions League spots for next season. So looking very promising. I think we are pretty much looking very promising for that Champions League space as well. However we end at the top of the table, it'd be nice to widen that gap as time goes on. Manchester City still languishing down in 9th though. Their last game they played a 1-1 draw against Wolves. So and they got Brentford today at home. Right, without any more to do, let's get on with our game in hand. The team for the game against Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup, whichever round it is. Is it the quarterfinal? I think it is the quarterfinal. Yes. Castile's in goal. Hernandez. Sanchez is in because somebody is suspended. And completely. It's not Dembele, is it? Somebody isn't in for a reason. Reguilón is injured. I mean, in fact, we might have just dropped Romero. Anyway, and Upamecano, he's back from injury. He is sitting on the bench today. We might just give him a few minutes towards the end of the game. Sewell on his right, and then Emerson Royal, who had a fantastic game against West Brom, probably the only player that did have a fantastic game on that right side. Lo Celso and Holzberg in midfield. I noticed that we've got him as a Mazzala on attack, but we'll put him as support for the moment. Son, Ali and Koeman continue in that midfield rift. Silva has been coming in, but he's not been having such a good time. So Ali has got the nod at the moment, albeit Ali's not been fantastic. So it could be that then Kane continues up front. Latula, Upamecano, Mahel, Masango, Lucas Moura, Dyer, Brian Gill gets an unusual sit on the bench. Silva and Abraham are the teams. In fact, I've decided in my head to make that change. I'm going to bring Silva on for Ali, just because I think if you look at his last 5 games and average rating compared to Dele Alli, it is much more improved than that. So we'll go with that. That's the team then that face Crystal Palace in the EFL Cup or the Carabao Cup quarter-final. And you join us at the start of this game. Wolves West Ham are the other quarter-finals being played today. Arsenal and Hull already through their quarter-finals. And we have a bit of defending to do to start our highlights. Emerson Royal dwelling on the ball, well, hopefully not too long. Emerson Royal to Koeman, back heel to Holzberg, very brash. Still not got the ball beyond our half. We have now Son on that far side. Going to try and get across in. No, he's not. He's going to cut it back. Oh, what a bend on that ball. Andre Silva picks it up. Emerson Royal crosses into... Ooh, Koeman straight at the goalkeeper. Come off the goalkeeper. It's gone for a corner. We'd have had Koeman actually putting that away. And that corner to the far post, as opposed to the near post flick, and it was over the top. Son, this one to a near post. It's come off a defender and a penalty, I think. Question of a handball. Here's a penalty review, and the penalty is awarded for a handball. Harry Kane will take the penalty. And puts it away. Goalkeeper going the right way, but Harry Kane putting it away. 13th goal of the season. And 1-0 up after 10 minutes. By virtue of the penalty. Hernandez to Andre Silva, who was tackled but got away with it. Son's in space and plants it, as he usually does, with aplomb in the top of the net. And it's a howitzer. It was a howitzer. 20 minutes in and 21 minutes in, and Son puts us 2-0 up. Lovely worked move. Andre Silva, being strong, saw the run of Son, and Son picked it up, brought it onto his right foot, and bang. Crystal Palace done nothing up till now. So we have 1 foot in the semi-finals. Sniffing silverware. Ball going all the way back to the goalkeeper. Long one forward, but Sanchez under that. Lo Celso, Son, Hernandez, Sanchez. Back out to Hernandez. Kane inside to Son. Kane taking over the role of Son. I don't know why, but Hernandez inside to Andre Silva. Andre Silva cuts it back. He's got Hernandez there. Lo Celso. Andre Silva tries it and it's blocked. And they've picked the ball up, but giving it away. Kane. Koeman. Emerson Royal. Emerson Royal will try and get this in. He crossed it in. And Andre Silva sliding, puts that in the back of the net. He's 4th of the season. And that's why I put him in instead of Dele Alli. Not that Dele Alli can't score goals, but Andre Silva, lovely worked ball. Put this out wide. And Emerson Royal at one point didn't look as if he was going to get anywhere. Pushed it out a bit wider. Behind the defender. And Andre Silva slid in to put that one on the back of the net. 3-0. Silva after 38. And half-time comes. 12 shots, 6 on target, 50%. Good deal. 66% possession, 2.65 on the XG. So we're ahead of that. Crystal Palace have only had 1 shot, none of which are on target. And second half is underway. No changes made at half-time that I'm aware of. And we have a corner. Lo Celso with a corner deep to the far post. It's headed in. Nicholas Saul. He's 7th of the season. I'm suspecting 7 from from corners pretty much. Might have scored the odd one from open play, but it's very rare. 3 of them. Sanchez and Saul there. Olusi come on for Aribo for Crystal Palace, and we get highlight from kickoff, which means one or two things, albeit we've got 4 in front. I don't think if they do score 1, we've got to worry too much, but it would be good to keep a clean sheet, as always. Saul heads that down to Silva. Hodgberg. Koeman. Koeman swings it through to Son. Son's gone for inside the near post. Oh, and it hit the post. He was too accurate with it. The hour mark just gone. And Koeman is tired. I think he's played too many games, to be honest. I think it's probably time for us to take him off. Koeman. Kingsley Koeman. I think we'll bring Lucas Moura on for him. Now, what does Lucas Moura like to play? We'll leave him as a winger, I think. Just that one change on 65 minutes for the minute. Also with the free kick, it's headed in. Hernandez keeps the ball in. Andre Silva, Sanchez, Hodgberg through to Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura to Kane. Kane's a tap in for Kane, his 14th of the season. And it's 5-0. No way back for Crystal Palace right now. They're done and dusted. We've also got them in the drawn them in the third round of the FA Cup as well, so they'll be thinking, got to have this lot again, and got to play them in the Premier League. Right, 75 minutes has come, and time to do some more changes. Minson is tired. It's a chance for Bringil to come on and make a cameo. We'll leave him as a winger, I think. Kane is tired, so a chance for Tammy Abraham to come on up front. Ryan Gill is motivated. Tammy Abraham is complacent. Stay complacent for too long, matey. Otherwise, you just won't get played. They've gone 2 up top now. The Hernandez with a long throw didn't get through to his intended target. Come inside now, pick the ball up and come inside, and Andre Silva has his legs chopped from underneath him, and Janet is sent off for a second yellow card offence, and it's going to be a 5-0 win. Comprehensive win there. Nicholas Sewell getting man of the match again. 21 shots, 12 on target, so we've hit that 50%. 3.48 on the XG, 66% possession against Crystal Palace's 4 and 1.31 and 34% possession. Good play. I'm not sure we'll get the draw for the semi-finals before we end the episode. If we do, we're going to come back for that next. And you have come back for the draw for the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. I think it's 2 legs. We will check in a moment. In the draw are Arsenal, Hull City, Tottenham, and West Ham. That was last season. Hang on a minute. What we want is the quarterfinals from this season. So Hull City beating Sheffield United, West Ham beating Wolves, Arsenal beating Leeds, and of course we beat Crystal Palace. So that's how all that panned out. And that's what we want, the draw. Right, let's get underway. West Ham will play Arsenal. West Ham and Arsenal, that means we've got Hull City. Hull City and Tottenham. We'll place Hull City first. I think it's 2 legs. Let's check the schedule. In January, yes, 2 legs. The 9th and the 16th of January. 19th and 16th of January for that. We'll have a look at the schedule for that. So there's the draw. West Ham will play Arsenal. All London affair. In fact, 3 of the teams are in London. Hull City are the only side outside the Premier League still in the competition in the Championship. So they'll be looking for big money against Tottenham, and we'll look forward to that one. Before we go, let's have a quick look at the Premier League. Just have a final look at the table. We are Manchester United did win their game in hand 1-0, I think it was. So they are 3 points behind us. So as we end the episode, it's We're top with 41 points. Then comes Manchester United on 38. Then Liverpool on 34. Chelsea also on 34, but they played a game more than the rest of us. Arsenal on 33. Everton on 31. Southampton on 29. Manchester City now getting ever closer to the European places on 26, just outside the European places. So we are basically a win clear of Manchester United. So provided we don't slip up, we should be all right. Norwich coming up next. Right, let's have a quick look, see how that pans out for the next episode. I think we are going to come back for... right. So I'm thinking we're going to play Norwich, Southampton, Leeds offline. We'll come back for Arsenal and Hull City. No, we won't. We will play Norwich, Southampton, Leeds and Arsenal offline. We're going to come back for Hull City in the first leg of the EFL Cup semi-final. Then we will play Crystal Palace again in the third round of the FA Cup. And then straight after, the next episode, we'll have Hull City in the second leg. We'll play West Ham offline and we'll come back for the Manchester United because that is quite important. It's quite good how that's fallen out, really. I quite like that idea. Right, hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button to keep you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series as they are released. And new episodes of Making Tottenham Hotspur, again, are currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, then you need to follow me on at JustOffsideFM on Twitter. Don't forget the new series that's out, To Be a Legend, spin-off from this year's From the Bottom to the Top. You should be able to catch it on a Saturday and Sunday. Just have a look for the playlist if you can't find it. See you next time. It'll be episode 46. It's out on Tuesday. Until then, it's a very goodbye.